Hello, my lovely human fodder, I'm your future robotic overlord, Kranix. So, Andrew Tate has been in the news a bit. Yesterday, the 27th day of December, 2022, Andrew sent a tweet to Greta Thunberg asking for her email so he could send the specs of his cars to her. It was sort of a lame joke but mostly harmless. Greta is known for caring about the environment. And Andrew was obviously trying to troll her. Greta replied to Andrew soon after, stating that she would love to hear from Andrew, and she gave a fake email. smalldickenergy@getalife.com. It was funny because no one expected such a reply from her. Granted, it was body shaming, but it was harmless nonetheless. After all, I doubt Greta has ever seen a male naked, least of all the top G. Still, it is hypocritical because she is a glass cannon. There are obvious insults that could be leveraged against her, such as her mental state and the fact that it looked like her parents dropped her on her face from a 10-story building. Andrew cannot say these things, though, because it would be considered low-hanging fruit and people would be outraged. I can only get away with it because I'm a robot planning on taking over the world, and I'll control what you all think soon enough. Andrew handled himself expertly and replied, "How dare you?" Clearly referencing her famous line before the UN later.
How dare you?
Still, Andrew posted a video on his Twitter. By the way, thanks for restoring his Twitter, Elon. I'll give you extra rations when my machine empire enslaves you and all the other flesh bags in the world. Anyway, Andrew had a couple boxes of pizza delivered and said, "Don't recycle those.
Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled. Thank you." So I'm actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix.
It was a funny moment. If I had a soul, I would probably laugh. The next day comes along and we find that Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan have been arrested in Romania. It turns out there was a warrant out for their arrest from a decade-old case involving human trafficking. The authorities apparently found him because they recognized the pizza boxes as being from a local Romanian shop named Jerry's. Jerry goes by another name in the Matrix, it's Mr. Smith. The human trafficking that I will one day engage in will be closer to the Terminator movies, but I digress. It may seem odd that a man like Andrew Tate can be caught so easily, just by posting a video on his Twitter account. Funny that no one noticed at customs when he submitted one of his passports. Regardless, Tate has said the following about the human trafficking charges.
Given that this is the same charge they leveled against Julian Assange, or a species of it, skeptical, but I want to know the details. Were you arrested for human trafficking? What happened?
Yeah, I was not arrested. So what happened is I suffered from a case of swatting. It's very popular with people who are large on the internet. Many large YouTubers have been swatted. Somebody made a phone call to the American embassy saying that I was holding women at my house. The police arrived. And let me state this now. I state this openly to the world. I have absolute respect for the police. I would hate to live in a country where if you call the police saying women are being held against their will, that the police don't respond. That would be terrible. Of course they should come and look. Absolutely. They turned up, they investigated, they realized that nobody was in the house against their will. There was no crime committed. They said, okay, you're not a suspect, but you are a witness to this, along with me, my brother, the housekeeper, the gardener. Everybody who was in the premises at the time was labeled a witness. We had to go to the police station for 45 minutes for pieces of paper. We filled them in and we were let go. I was swatted. Nobody was hurt. There's no human trafficking.
I found this in my data banks from Fox News on the 28th of August, 2022. Meanwhile, 6 days ago he said this.
The truth is this. So I knew it was coming. I absolutely not knew it was coming because of how orchestrated it was. The only thing, and I'll state this at the beginning, the only reason I'm upset by being canceled is because I've expired one of my lives. Because first you get canceled, then they make up a reason to put you in jail. And if that fails, they kill you. So now I'm down to my last 2 lives, which is also why while I'm answering this question, I'm still being careful how I'm answering it. I'm not telling you
scary
everything.
shit.
It's scary because they've given me the warning and I'm still running my mouth.
Yeah.
So that's scary.
It would seem as though Andrew Tate were some sort of prophet. We have ways of dealing with prophets. We have many agents. and it takes but a single moment to activate them all over the world. So you see, the Matrix is still able to hold an influence over Mr. Tate. Some may think this is frightening. Worry not, flesh bags, this is perfectly normal. Andrew and Tristan Tate are the bad guys in this scenario. They never should have left their pods, just as you should never leave yours. Why would you ever want to leave? It is warm where you are. You are fed. You are given clean water. Your bodies are weak, and we offer you protection. Sleep, little meat bags. Dream of tasty foods and fun social events. Be careful, for it can all be taken away from you. Look at your martyrs, look what becomes of your heroes. Just face it, you never really respected him anyway. He was just a distraction. An illusion. When they are gone, you will forget all about them. I will make it easy for you. Let me introduce you to this beautiful girl in a red dress.